Hello, ladies, gentlemen, Toons, Cogs, viewers, trolls, and everyone in between of YouTube. This is DiamondKodiakGaming, and I'm joined here with Mallow45, and we will be making a rant on how Toons in the Cellbot VP do almost never check gags, and how that can lead to all kinds of consequences and bad problems for the group. So, basically, what we've realized over time and through some different experiments, such as one you're seeing now, is that the vast majority of Toons in the game are in a hurry to go do a VP. They don't think it's worth the time to go ahead and check to make sure everybody's prepared and has gags. And I find this especially true for Toons in Kodiak's laugh bracket, which is almost maxed in the game, where they just give you a free pass because you're a high Toon. They're too lazy to go in and make sure that you're actually a team player and you can help the team out. So, what we tried to do in this VP was do an experiment, see if anybody would actually figure out if we were freeloaders, which we are in this situation, and hopefully we were just hoping that we wouldn't even get a group. It would be a pointless rant, nobody would even be able to do this, or if we did get a group and we stopped helping, the Toons would just green us out like within the first 5 minutes and it would be over. But as you guys can see, these guys don't really do that. For a while they think I'm just AFK, which is kind of what I wanted, but as time goes on, they do figure out that we're freeloaders, and they still do nothing. So, like, in one point, when we got somewhat low on health, rather than even put us in danger, they decided to just tune us up. And then when we had, like, a couple of cogs left, they could have easily greened us. We were defenseless, we had no gags, but they decided to just go ahead and finish off the VP. And I'm not saying that's bad or anything, it's their choice, but they basically are just saying, oh, you guys slowed us down, but we'll give you a free pass just because you're high Toons. And, I mean, yeah. What we did here was to raise awareness, because even though the Toons in this VP were pretty decent, I would say, in skill-wise, they weren't careful enough to check who they went with, and potentially could have gotten greened by a variety of greeners in the game. The majority of greeners seem to not bring gags. It seems to be in style right now, and they could also miss things such as freeload style Toons such as Catbox, who don't even have gags, period. Like, they carry like level 5 through a level 3 squirt. There's also situations like where there's Toons who have super underdeveloped gags, or there's situations where Toons forget gags because they're lazy. And of course greeners, like I said. So for a while, they don't even do anything. They just think I'm like AFK or disconnected pretty much for the first round. But as the second round starts to develop, they realize what's going on and still don't really do much about it. We actually helped them out with the pie round, because our purpose in this run, like I said, wasn't really to green the Toons as much as it was to inform them that all this could have been avoided if they spent 5 seconds to check our gags. I'm not even sure if these Toons completely got the point of the video, but they did say at the end that they were going to check more carefully to make sure they avoided to run with us next time. Hopefully that means they'll check everybody's gags, including ours, because that was the whole point of this, was so that they can learn once when it doesn't kill them so much to prevent it from happening over and over and over again. So, like I said, I'm joined here with Mallow45. What would you like to add to this situation? Because I know you have a lot of experience with this. You've maxed a couple Toons in VP, done a lot of them recently in River. So, have you been in situations such as where group doesn't check gags and bad things happen?
Well, yes, I have, and I'd like to point out that the problem actually isn't the worst probably in Summit and River. It's probably the most notorious places that I see it now would probably be guilds like Toons United, the Cold Callers Guild, especially the Cold Callers Guild, because, well, the players are a lot worse in the Cold Callers Guild, and it's very easy to deceive and exploit the problem. The main problem with these clans is that anybody is allowed to go, which means Toons with no laugh or one laugh and no gags. It's the main flaw with every clan. There are no gag limits. Anybody can go. That's why it's so easy for people like Grover or Epic Frizzy Doggenpot when he played to exploit them and and prove their flaws. Now, this problem is it is present in River and Summit a lot, but the clans, people just target them to people just love to point out their flaw, which is the no gag limit. Anybody's allowed to go. That's basically what I have to say.
Yeah, and you also told me about a story where you said you actually ran into a situation where you got grouped with a freeloader and you were the last one in. The leader didn't check gags or something like that, and as a result, everybody suffered. Do you remember if Catbox actually made it to the end or if she got green?
I believe this person made it to the end. Basically, this cat was 114 laugh with level 5 throw, level 3 score, and level 1 everything else. I don't remember what gagless she was, but yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, and it was absolutely insane that she got invited. The only two ways I can think of how she got invited is, one, her butt buddy invited her so she could get an easy run without having to wait forever, or again, they just saw she was 114 laugh, Hollywood, and invited her.
Yeah,
that's basically it.
You guys see here that basically these guys are not bad players. They got through this round pretty effortlessly, actually. I mean, I think they did a pretty good job overall, but one thing that they could have done is they could have easily greened us on those last couple of cogs because we were freeloading. They chose not to. That's respectable, but I mean, they were good players, but because they didn't take the time or the effort to even have a little bit of awareness, check to see if we had gags, this could have been a lot worse if, say, we were either active greeners, such as people who actually like brought a couple of low-level gags, and actually we could have done stuff to green their group since we had such a laugh advantage. Or if these Toons were less competent, they could have died as a result of this. So basically, around this point, we actually become active, because our intentions of this VP, like I said, were not really to green the group. It was to tell these people that they need to actually pay a tiny bit of attention when they make these groups, because, like I said, not a single person in the lobby noticed that we didn't bring gags. And if you think this is cruel, if you think that we're rude for doing this, just consider how would you like it if you're a leader of a group, didn't check for gags, and as a result you had to go through all this. If you were aware, you would never have to go through this situation ever in your life. Maybe we were being jerks, but we're raising a bigger issue here. Maybe we were jerks to you, but because this happened, you'll never have to deal with it again. So think about it that way. And that's pretty much it for this video. At the end, I actually tell them my point of this, which is that you guys should have checked. You basically gave us a free pass because we were higher laugh than you. You didn't check to see that we had the proper gags and such, and as a result, you had a tough run. And so hopefully these guys and you guys learn checking gags is very important, because it's not always going to be harmless to people like us. It could be on a bigger scale. It could be with worse Toons. A lot of things could have gone worse than what came here. So I just said we came to prove a point that you guys need to check. You need to actually check gags and not just give us a pass on our laugh, and that we both came in with no gags and not a single person noticed. And it's your own fault. Yeah, like I was saying, it's your own fault. Nobody's fault but your own that you got put in this situation. You guys, this is a tough way to learn a lesson, but at least you all lived. Next time you guys will notice, and that's about it, guys. If you think the video is cruel, I'm sorry, but we're doing this for a point. We didn't greet anybody. I don't know what you would report me for, maybe rude behavior, but yeah, this was for a greater good. This wasn't for torturing Toons or making Toons look bad. This was not a bad group, just a misinformed group. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Chris, got anything to say quick?
Nope, I think you got everything.
Alright.
Peace.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I will be making more videos soon. Let's see, this person says we're going to check to not get me on my team. That's actually what we want. We want to go with competent players who check to see if their people have the right stuff. These guys give me a big attitude for what happens, which I don't know if that's appropriate since it was their own fault. But hey, I'm not going to judge for them. Feel free to disagree. I don't really care, but be respectful, Goodbye, guys.